Hello, it's the, what the hell is it, Sunday something. Yeah, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to William, SVT512, who sent me a very nice Christmas card and a cartridge, which is, I can't read it, Golden Nugget Casino for the Game Boy Advance. I was totally not expecting anything at all from anyone, and they came and I saw it was from America. I was like, oh, what's this? Thrilled to bits. Getting my ass kicked on blackjack. I haven't played all the games yet. Blackjack kicked my ass. Actually, it kicked my ass on everything I've tried so far, but I'm enjoying that. Expect a video in the probably near future. So thank you, William. I really appreciate that. That made my morning. Things I have to talk about. I do have things to talk about. What the hell am I doing recording on a Sunday? What happened to the Friday talkie? I was busy is the short answer. I had a whole load of stuff to do and I didn't get the time on Friday, and yesterday we had family round, so it's a crazy time. Christmas is coming. What do you want? So here I am on Sunday going blah. Okay then, first thing to talk about from Malk, SmoothEmJay. He asked me via Facebook. I'll read his question. Steve, interesting question, topic for a Friday talkie. Should consoles be just for gaming? Are you bothered that they can do more and often push those extras rather than the games in the various dashboards? Or does it not bother you in the slightest that consoles are now multitasking pieces of hardware? It is an interesting question. I am in two minds. There are some aspects that I like. I like that they are multifunction, media, playing, do-it-all kind of gizmos, or at least I like some aspect of that. I bought a PS2 back in the day, partly because I wanted to play the games and partly because it was a good DVD player. It played DVDs well and was cheaper than a lot of dedicated DVD players at that time, or so it seemed. Obviously they got a lot cheaper. And I liked that about it. And the PS3, it's a Blu-ray player, brilliant. That was a big bonus for me. It's not why I bought it, but you know, I wouldn't be buying Blu-rays. Well, I'm not buying Blu-rays at the moment because I'm skint, but I wouldn't have Blu-rays if I didn't have a PS3, because I wouldn't have bought a dedicated Blu-ray player. I love that you can stream stuff, films, over the internet. We have Love Film. We paid the whatever £6 subscription fee or whatever it is, and we watch films a lot. I haven't got Netflix because everything I hear about that is that it's not got as much content. I like that aspect of it, and I mean all the multiple other things that it can do I like. But with all of that comes a whopping great big downside. I do dislike that it pushes stuff at you. It's like I've got a Netflix icon there that I can't get rid of, but that I don't have Netflix, I don't use it. It annoys me. I mean, it was like that SingStar thing. There's an icon there that suggests I have it, but I don't. And I can't get rid of it. I dislike that they can put icons on your desktop for things that you don't have. To my mind, it's like the way I'm used to working with a computer. If there's an icon on my desktop, and mostly I don't put them on. I have a few on my desktop, but mostly I have a very structured file system and everything is within folders. Yeah, to my mind, if you've got an icon on your desktop, it means you have that piece of software, and the icon is there to give you easy access to it. It's not an advertising object. It's not something that should be there to say, hey, you could have this if you wanted it. That to me is wrong, and I dislike that greatly. The other thing that I dislike immensely is, I mean, it's a contradiction. I love all the funky features when I want them, when I choose to use them, and that I can get new features, that they'll add stuff, give us new things to play with. Love that. But I hate the PC side of it, in that it is becoming like a PC. The firmware updates, the software updates, it's never bloody ending, and I hate it. You turn the thing on and it's like, you need the new firmware update, blah blah blah, and it takes forever. You know, I just want a 10-minute go on whatever game and I've got to wait 2 hours for a big download to update my firmware, or and same with games, you know, and they might let you play in offline mode, but if you want to play online, no, you've got to have the update. That annoys the crap out of me, and it wouldn't bother me so much if it didn't take so long, but on the PS3 these updates are humongous, you know, frequently over 1 gigabyte, and for some people that's nothing, but I don't have an especially fast connection, and I've had to there've been, when my broadband has been running slow, I've had updates that have taken like a day, and that's just not acceptable. And I mean, yeah, an extreme example for this is now, if what I've heard is correct, the Wii U. You buy it, and the moment you get it home and plug it in, you've got to update your firmware, and it's a 5 gigabyte download. That would take 3 days on my network, on my broadband. Getting on for, if not 2 days, if not 3 days, then 2 days. And that, out of the box, is not acceptable, ever. What in God's name were they thinking of? You should get it right. A thing should work out of the box and not require you to plug it into your broadband for 3 bloody days or whatever. And I mean, what happens if you lose your connection? My connection's not that reliable. It will go, over the course of 3 days, I guarantee my broadband will go down at least once. And what happens if, you know, we've there are a lot of people with significantly slower internet than I have here. So what would that be like for them? You'd have to leave it logged in for a week or something insane. 5 gig, update, out of the box, mental. I will not buy a Wii U. I mean, I've not planned on buying one anyway. They just don't appeal to me enough. That's regardless that I can't afford one anyway. If I could, I still wouldn't be buying one, because they don't interest me enough. And then when I heard about that, the big 5 gig update, no way, absolutely not, never. If they can't get it right out of the box and think an update like that is acceptable, they can get stuffed. I don't want nothing to do with it. So yeah, it is. It swings and roundabouts. I do like a lot of the multi-function aspects of modern gaming consoles, but I don't like the other side of it. The constant updates, the fact that they take control of your system, putting icons on it that you don't want, and they prevent you from taking them off. I loathe that. It's my system. I should be able to do what I want with it. Okay, moving on. Open tag video, I think it's an open tag, by Sandamtod, who asked, lots of people talk about what is their favourite gaming system, and he asked, so what is your least favourite gaming system? Now, not so long ago I would have given a different answer, but these days I have concluded that my least favourite is not the NES or the Master System, which it once was. No. My least favourite gaming system is that. There will be people who will have known I was going to say that. That is the GameCom. That is a sack of shit. I have no batteries in it right now, so I can't show you just how bad it is. The thing with this is it promised a lot, and it has some very clever features. I mean, it's you've got your touchscreen thing with a really kind of hideous stylus. And it acts in many ways like a PDA. It's got PDA type software on it of a sort, calendar and assorted little things that I can't remember what they are. Internet connectivity, kind of, that doesn't actually function very well. If this had been done properly, it would have been great. It handles great big sprites, but the screen, it destroys it. It's like they had fantastic ideas, but then the execution was so appalling that all those good ideas went to waste. The PDA functionality would have been good if the software had been remotely useful. The big sprites and everything might have been good if the screen hadn't been so blurry, crappy, smeary, useless. The moment anything moves is the worst LCD screen I have ever seen. I can't imagine that anyone made anything worse. The sound is awful. The internet connectivity was... It didn't work out of the box, so you had to buy an add-on, and the instructions that were quite complicated apparently were also wrong. So most people who bought the little add-on thing couldn't make it work anyway. And even then you couldn't do much with it. So all of the ideas were there, but the execution was appalling, and what you're left with is basically a useless piece of crap that plays a few piss-poor games badly. Yeah, definitely my least favourite. I like having it. I like it. It's a curiosity to me. I like some things because they're so crap, and this is one of them. It's one of those, I'm glad I've got it. It's not like I'm not going to toss it in the bin because it's crap. I'm keeping it because it's crap. So that answers that one. That's my least favourite system. Okay, another open tag. This one I think originated with Lawn Boy's post. I could be wrong, but I think it did. I've seen quite a few people answer this one. Were you a better gamer as a child than as an adult? And this I find an interesting question, because certainly as a kid I had better reflexes than I have now. I don't know if they're meant to slow down when you get older. I say reflexes, is not. With me it's like processing time. The time it takes to work out what's going on the screen and how I should respond to it, and then respond to it, takes me just a little bit longer. But I think I'm actually a better gamer now than I was as a kid. And maybe it's just practice and understanding more how games work. And when I was a kid, and I mean gaming then for me was the arcades. I didn't have I mean it wasn't until 1983 I got an Atari, but it was for a long while I was taken in by the magic of it. Those aliens coming down were aliens coming down, and it was like they had their own intelligence and you couldn't tell what they were going to do. And it meant I didn't play quite as well as I do now, because now when I see a game I see the mechanics of the game. It makes it predictable. I know that this thing will do this and then it will do that. And that kind of makes it easier to play the game. I go and play arcade games that I used to get hammered by as a kid, and I'm better at them now. Some of them, not all of them, depending on whether it is does understanding the mechanics help. On some games it doesn't, and then it comes down to just reflexes, and I was better as a kid. But some of them I grasp more and play better than I would have back in the day. So it's kind of not necessarily, it's not an entirely straightforward thing. I initially had thought just it's down to reflexes, so no, I'll be worse, but no, I'm really not. iRobot, I remember getting hammered by iRobot as a kid. I played in the arcade and it just slaughtered me, where I can play it now and it's not too bad at all. I can get quite a long way into it. I'm trying to think of other examples. I'm actually not as good at, say, Street Fighter 2. I was in my early 20s, I guess, mid-20s, when that came out. I played it in the arcades and then on the SNES. And I was really quite good at it, where I play it now, and I'm not. But that may just be lack of practice. Yeah, so I suppose for me the answer is it swings and roundabouts. On some things I'm better, on some things I'm worse, but there is no... It's not completely black and white, which is interesting in itself, really. It just comes down to what kind of game it is. I think that answers that one. I'm sure I had other things to talk about, and I now can't think of any... Right, okay. Normally I would have a shout out, or I like to have a shout out at this point, but unfortunately I don't have one at the moment. I've been kind of paying more attention to the whole new YouTube layout than I have actually to the channels that are on it, which is unfortunate because it means I may have missed some good stuff. But there it is. I don't do shout outs when I don't have something that specifically has grabbed me, and this week nothing has. Anyway, so what is coming up this week? Don't know actually. I really don't. I have been asked what's happened to this secret project I'm working on. I am still working on it. I mean, it was meant to be finished within a couple of days. That's all I thought it was going to take me, and then it didn't, because I got more engrossed in doing research, and then I ran out of time doing research and trying to fit it in, and motivation goes out the window and blah. So it's not done yet. Probably to get it done, I will have to put this channel on hiatus for about a week. I'm not ready to do that just yet. That's probably going to be a just after Christmas kind of thing. Yeah, something like that, unless I change my mind, and let's be honest, I am rather prone to doing that. I say I'll do a thing and then I don't. So short answer is, don't know, still working on it. When it'll be, sooner or later, but I couldn't tell you which. And that's really what it all comes to at the moment. I won't say I've lost focus, I won't say I've lost enthusiasm. At the moment, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. That's the long and the short of it. I ain't got a bloody clue. So I'm just kind of fumbling around in the dark. That sounds completely wrong. Making things up as I go along and hoping I don't mess it all up. Yeah, that's about the sides of it. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Thank you for watching.